Hello everybody, welcome to Tpull's Corner. We're trying to test out a new deck. I'm not sure if I've got the mix right yet. We shall see. You get to look at my hand. What do you think they'll get rid of? Invoke Despair. Okay. That means we get to put out the wedding announcement. New Capenna rules. I'm playing with 3 colors. On my 3rd turn, they gave me the 3rd color. Chump block that. We don't want them getting whatever this is. Light Shield Array. No thank you. Let's just exile that right away. Get another chump blocker 1/1 with the wedding announcement. And see if they just have yet another Rizona right away. At Sushi, bad enough. Isn't that just about bad enough? Okay, so Ancient Lumberknot comes down. No attacks. They go for the battle, leaving themselves open and unprotected. You ready? Let's see though. They've got 5 untapped mana and 4 cards. They have another Rizona. Interesting. Can't attack with that. But it does keep me from attacking with a couple of people. Okay, so that thing's going to get more and more powerful the more it attacks. What happens if we just put this puppy down? Go ahead and make this black mana source and pass the turn. Do you think they saw it move to 14/14? You think they spotted this little combination? Flying over my head. Let's do another one. Nay, Scoop. Did you ever think you'd see the day a 6/6 flying at Sushi that's going to get 1 better with each turn? I can't possibly stop it. And they just leave. Because they realize they didn't have removal to get rid of the Ancient Lumberknot. And he turns my 1/13s, along with the +1 from Wedding Festivity, into 14/14 zombies. Life is good. They thought they should be afraid of Invoke Despair. They don't understand my deck. Invoke Despair is a distraction. Alright, let me go in and show you the entire deck. That's my only copy of the 1 card from Innistrad. I'm actually trying to see how good the backup mechanic is. For new people, my name is Travis, you're at Tpull's Corner, and this is how we like to show off the decks. We do a battle, and then we go through the entire deck. I have done Ancient Lumberknot decks before. They are fun. I did one when Zendikar was still in rotation with the 0/17 Crab to turn the Crab into 17/17, and when you get Geralf and Maskwood Nexus, you turn the Crab into a zombie, and you have a flying 17/17, and it's just pretty awesome. I've got a couple of different decks that I've made with Ancient Lumberknot and Unhallowed Phalanx, so they're a massive, they're from the same expansion. They make a great combination. You usually want to have all 4 copies of Ancient Lumberknot. Instead of 3 more copies of Ancient Lumberknot, I am putting in Streetwise Negotiator from the new March of the Machines. It's a Cat Citizen 0/2 with backup 1, so if you put it on the Cat Citizen, it turns from a 0/2 into a 1/3, and then during combat, it becomes a 3/3. You can give the backup token the +1/+1 counter to another target, and if you do it on another creature, that creature gets the same abilities that are below the backup. They use a number of different backup. I mean, they use the same backup mechanic, but each creature has a different backup ability. So this one is a mimic of Ancient Lumbernauts. So I could give my Unhallowed Phalanx that ability just till the end of one turn. So the problem with this idea is, first of all, they unleashed this expansion, March of the Machines, and it was all in between Innistrad, and there's several expansions between Innistrad and March of the Machines now. They're at far corners. And there's nothing close to replace Unhallowed Phalanx. When they first planned March of the Machines, they weren't planning to cancel rotation. So Ancient Lumbernaut was going away. This is kind of their replacement for it. And they didn't give any good creatures like Unhallowed Phalanx. There's not a 2/12. There's not a 3/10. There's not a 4/9 creature. There's not a 5/8 creature. Oh, so what are my choices? So this is what I went through. We've got Kithkin Billy Rider that's a 1/3 with double strike, so we could turn her into a 3/3 double strike. That's not bad for 3 mana. We have 2 Dawnheart Mentors, so 0/4 could go to 4/4. We have Shieldred, 1 copy of Shieldred the Apocalypse, so the 4/5 could be a 5/5, whoop-de-doo. Glittermonger from a 1/4 to a 4/4. And, of course, we still have the Ancient Lumbernaut. And so all that I had left, really, was the Unhallowed Phalanx. It's not a lot of stuff there. What else do I have in the deck? I broke down and put in Scroll Shift, because the more I looked at Streetwise Negotiator, the more I was wondering, is this a bad card? Because Wizards designs bad Magic cards on purpose. They have several reasons for it. They want to have some variety in the game. They've decided not every card can be great. If they did make every card great, then as soon as they put out cards like Invoke Despair and Wandering Emperor, they'd have to up their game and make every card as great as, and you'd have dangerous power creep that would break the game much worse than it is now. So they have to have lesser cards. We know that. I don't know what their frequency is. I don't know if they're more willing to make bad common cards. This is an uncommon card. Is it okay to make bad uncommon Magic cards? What about rare and mythic rare? I don't know the answer to that. But I was thinking this would make more sense if it had flash. It's the color green. Green has flash. Green can have flash. It's so much worse than Ancient Lumbernaut. Ancient Lumbernaut costs twice as much, but the toughness greater than power assignation and combat damage stays every time. You only get this on another creature the turn you summon Streetwise Negotiator. And Streetwise Negotiator is so cheap, I'm going to get Streetwise Negotiator down on the battlefield before I ever get a chance to get Unhallowed Phalanx, like 75-80% of the time. So I'd have to withhold 3 of my creatures, which I normally need early in the game, to wait to set it up for a surprise unblocked hit by Unhallowed Phalanx. It's terrible. This should have flash. So the only way to give it flash was to use Scroll Shift. Exile it to 1 target artifact, creature, enchantment you control, then return it to the battlefield. So this is coming down first no matter what, right? Almost all the time naturally in the gameplay. If I get a Phalanx, then later when I go on attack, if I attack for 1 point of damage, maybe the opponent doesn't block. Maybe then I use Scroll Shift to blink the Negotiator and put the backup counter on Unhallowed Phalanx. It's complicated, it's cumbersome, it's not the same as Ancient Lumbernaut. Should I just have 4 copies of Ancient Lumbernaut again? The benefit is this can be a bit of a surprise if I have the time to set it up. Whereas if they see this and recognize it for the danger that it is, and they have removal, they'll use removal on it. What are the odds that they're going to use removal on Streetwise Negotiator when they're looking out for Shieldred? That kind of thing. Okay, so I also have 4 Terra Sunders for removal. I was trying not to put in Scroll Shift because I want to have a Blink deck, and I was saving Scroll Shift for my Blink deck that I'm going to make next. But I decided I just need it, so I put it in. We have 3 Wedding Announcements. I possess 4. I have 2 Invoke Despairs. I possess 3. I have 3 Wandering Emperors. I put all 3 in, and I have 1 Shieldred, and I put 1 Shieldred in. I have, for board wipes, I have 1 Depopulate and 1 Vanquish the Horde. And the final 2 characters I have, a 2/3 backup with flying, and a Yargulin Multani, also from March of the Machines. This one's the opposite. Instead of toughness greater than power, its power is way better than its toughness. Simple 18/6 creature. It's a Frog Spirit Elemental. And if I put out the Golden Scale Aeronautic later, or maybe blink it, I can give the flying counter to Yargul and Multani and have them fly over for 18 points of damage. It'll be great. Okay, that's the basic idea. Invoke Despair isn't really meant to be used. It's if they have like discard spells, like the battle was used for, they're going to go for Invoke Despair. It's a dead card in my hand. It costs 4 black mana, and I'm playing 3 colors. And it's going to take me more than 5 turns usually to get the right amount of mana to cast that. I'm not afraid to cast it. But it's interesting that the utility cards that I put in to help me survive to pull off my combo are what everybody's talking about banning now that rotation is canceled. Invoke Despair, Shieldred, Wandering Emperor, and Wedding Announcement are like the top 4 out of 5 choices usually in whenever people list what they think should be banned from the game. But I would debate that given my experience with these cards. Part of it's because I'm not burning my wild cards just yet, so I've been working with only one Shieldred. If I have a black deck, I probably would put Shieldred in each time. I don't get bored playing with 1 copy of Shieldred. I am a little tired of seeing an Encore Shieldred, and then I remove it, and then they play a second in a row Shieldred the next turn. But that happened when I was playtesting this deck, and I beat it. We had 2 Shieldreds, we had 1 each out for a little bit, and we kind of balanced each other. Then they removed mine, and then I removed one, and they just plopped another one down, and I removed that one, actually using the backup feature to threaten to kill them unless they chump blocked with a Shieldred that would die to a double strike creature. So, you know, if I can take out 2 Shieldreds in a row and win the game using a mechanic I suspect is deeply flawed compared to previous expansions and what we're used to having, is Shieldred really something that we should ban from the game just because it's so popular and used all the time? I understand the debate over it. I understand the point that if it's an either, you know what, you can respond to it or you can't. If you don't have a response, it can take over the game right then and there. And this is the problem I have. They broke the Streets of New Capenna rules. I'm supposed to get my 3rd color, and they didn't give it to me. And, well, we just won our last game so easily, so this happens to me quite a bit. I'm not even in ranked, but this happens to me where I get a quick, easy win, and then the next one, not that they starve me for mana, because I'm not in ranked, so they usually don't starve me for mana, but they give me a bunch of cards in the one color that they're not going to give me. And this is against Venerated Rot Priest, so I should die a quick death anyway. Thankfully, just putting an oil counter is an ability, and it's not going to trigger the Rot Priest. If there is one card I would ban in all of the rotations so far, it's Rot Priest. Because my last deck that I created that I used Rot Priest in, I had like 4 different ways to kill people on turn 4. I mean, there was like, you could, if you had, by some miracle, you had, let's see, chump block first? Yeah, that's got trample. I'd have to double block. That gives it +2 though. No, that's no good for me. They get rid of it anyway. Maybe the Phalanxes can do some good. Maybe I just get Vanquish the Horde out. If they're careful at keeping their mana open, they could still give Indestructible to something like the Rot Priest and save it. Oh, they're playing green like they're blue. Oh, this is taking forever. My opponent has the name of a warrior, Spartan 707, and instead, they're just taking forever. That's okay, I think I'm dead next turn, so I need untapped white mana, basically. Or I die. Phyrexian Poison, what are you going to do? It's tapped. Of course it is. Of course it's tapped. 7, 8, 9. So I could put this down. And if they don't have a way to affect their cards, I might survive one turn. But the way you build that deck, see, they have all sorts of different fight spells. So, dead. Easily dead. And with a very overpowered card as well. Not just a 4/4 for 3 mana, but a 4/4 with trample, which might be okay if it was a legendary creature. This is a regular normal creature. So they also added Toxic 1 for only 3 mana. 4/4, 2 different keywords, trample and toxic for abilities. Not busted at all. And it easily trounces Wedding Announcement. Wedding Announcement is nothing in front of it. I should have put down Unhallowed Phalanx instead, and I could have blocked that for a couple turns. Maybe that would have made the difference. But no, I went and played the card everybody's afraid of. Wedding Announcement. Yeah, let's ban Wedding Announcement. That really made a big deal here, didn't it? I won't block. It's not a good game either. It's just against poison. You didn't even get me down to 0 health. All you did was poison me. Phyrexian scumbuckets. Okay, we're punished for our first win. Let's see if they will give me the appropriate mana to do what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's not like I have a lot of tapped land. I only have one each of the tapped lands where you can sacrifice them to draw a card. But of course, out of all the white mana, that's the one that it drew for me. Yeah, you'd think... maybe they thought it was helpful because it's a Phyrexian card, so it put it up near the top of the deck for me. Maybe that's what the machine's thinking when it deals me cards. Or let's just give me all the expensive stuff. And all the cheap stuff. You're not going to give me the mana again. That's great. This is a setup for the combo that I don't need till way later. And a bunch of poker. Give me a bunch of... You know, in order for this to work, I don't need the same cards. I need a variety of cards here. And I took care to have a variety. You know, I don't have 4 copies of Glittermonger. I don't have 4 copies of Streetwise Negotiator. I don't have 4 copies of Wandering Emperor. And I'm still getting duplicate copies. And when Notch, they use Wedding Announcements, and it seems fine now, right? Oh, yes. Can't cast a single thing. Thanks, Magic. Made me miss a land drop. I guess they just want to make me lose 2 in a row. Man, you're cheap. They're trying not to get the... They're trying to get the card draw rather than anything else. All right, what do we want to do? Put this down. That's nice. Okay, 2, 4, 6. Can't put anything down. They got lots of cards and lots of mana. And given the meta environment, they should know they're walking straight into a Wandering Emperor.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. still have much to learn. My judgment is final.
3 points. I can get rid of wedding announcements and get rid of 4 points of damage. And I can put 1 blocker down, and they've still got me killed. Because I missed a land drop, and they gave me my most expensive card. I don't know
I've learned
that
much during my travels.
Of course, I'm facing
Let me
Wedding
show
Announcement and Wandering Emperor, but they had the mana. They didn't miss any land drop. I don't know why they're waiting. They took a really long time, considering their advantage was so easily so big for so long. That's basically a mono white swarm deck right there. So, yeah, I've got Wedding Announcement in there. I've got Childred. I've got Wandering Emperor. I've got Invoke Despair. Didn't do me any good in that match. So, are any of those 4 cards really the problem in the current meta environment when people can swarm you so easily with almost any color? You can build a single color swarm deck, even in blue. Speaking of blue, we're going to take a long time here, I guess. Let's just say hello. Hello, hello. New Capenna rules finally kick in. I'm going to have all 3 colors on turn 3. Not all 3 at once, but I'll at least have all 3 represented on the field. Is this the pre-made deck? Kickin' Billy Rider! Dun dun dun! Can't attack me now. I can take you out. And their card draw starts right away. Let's just have some fun. Attack. 3/3 double strike. Blammo blammo. Attack me, I dare you. Poor souls. Poor souls. Yeah, I'm not sure. You didn't do the math there. I don't think they read the card. I don't think they know what Ancient Lumberknot does, or they wanted to they planned to move the counters. Either way, horrible idea. You can go away. And we attack for 10 points of damage. It's good to be me. I'm not even reaching for Wandering Emperor. You guys are afraid of Wandering Emperor? Can you see what I can do here? Nobody cares about Wandering Emperor. Unless they put out their own Planeswalker. That might be cool. They've got 4 mana. They're leaving it open. Does that mean I'd be attacking into Wandering Emperor? Why don't they just bring out Wandering Emperor now? Probably change it instead. Okay. We'll do this. We'll just attack. You can't stop my Kithkin Billy Rider. You're gonna have to chump block. And they just gave up. Nobody needs a Wandering Empire. Wandering Emperor was not even a factor. I don't need to ban Wandering Emperor. My combo worked. I only have one copy of this in the deck. But the rest of the deck is engineered to take advantage if the card shows up. Once that card shows up, they're done for. Because it's a surprise card. That's nobody else is using it right now. I love bringing out my 4 copies of Ancient Lumberknot deck. People get so surprised so often. It's one of the surprise cards. It's one of the things that a lot of people just, they don't see it, they're not familiar with it, they don't slow down enough to read it and understand what it does. Tap land because I don't have a 1-mana play. They gave me the most expensive card in my deck, and then something that's going to take me forever to cast. And I'm up against mono red aggro, and let's not use that. Let's just use Besiege You to get rid of that. We'll give them another land. This is the card for, besides Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, the next most cited card, I think, is Kamano Faces Kakazan. This is the one after Fable that everybody wants to ban in red. We just got rid of it. So, what do you want to do? We don't have a play here. So there's the overpowered one from Phyrexia I don't like. 4/4 for 3. And here comes Raiju. Wow. That's going to be a big hit. Ouch. And people are concerned about this one. Look what they just did to me with these 2 cards. I got poison on me now. You know that stuff don't come off. Depopulate. Do we need to ban Kamano Faces Kakazan? Anyone? That's what did you had 4 cards and you're not even gonna try. I'm half dead already with poison. I've got a card I can't cast. I got a second card I can't cast. I do have part of my combo, but I can't use it with anything else. And then mono flooding. I guess I shouldn't call it flooding. I do need to get more land if I'm going to cast the other 2 cards. I've got 1 removal card. That's the only thing left I have going for me. You got me half dead. And you leave. People are so fragile now on Arena. Rocco! I don't think I've done a deck centered around Rocco yet. Let me know in the comments if you've got a card you'd like to see a deck centered around it. I like to go explore the lesser explored cards and see what can be done with them. So for the newer players that are watching, if you'd like and subscribe, if you want, go check out my playlist and find one of your friends and just send them a playlist. Like Emperor Lightpaw's playlist, or the Devilish Valet playlist, or Containment Construct playlist. There's all sorts of cards that I just like returning to and tinkering around with. Okay, we won too easily, right? 2 white mana cards and no sign of the double white I would need. And this puppy comes up. Maybe I could get, if I get a white mana, I could put out Billy Rider and just turn her into a 3/3 on an attack. Would that be worthwhile? Usually not, but I do have the 2 blink cards in, so if Negotiator stayed around... let's use it. If it stays around later, I can use the blink effect on it. But once they have black, I need to check and see if they have removal. This is actually one of the better cards to use as a canary in the coal mine. If they read it, they should know it's going to turn into a 3/3 when it counts. Gets me out another card. Gets me out a chump blocker if I need it. And if they didn't realize that turns into a 3/3, they now see it as a 3/3. And we finally got a way to get Kith and Billy Rider out soon. And if I cast Invoke Despair, it'll take out a 1/2 creature that costs 2 mana. Is that what we're spending 5 mana for? To get rid of that? It is a ramp spell, and they do get mana of any color. What? That was a terrible play. You had 1 extra mana of any color. That's the only thing you could do? That's the only thing they could do? I shouldn't complain. I mean, I can hit them for 1 point of damage. Woohoo! Fear my power! Watch out for my token humans. What do they do? When they attack, are they throwing flaming pumpkins at the opponent's head? Is it Johnny getting pelted with fiery pumpkins smiling at him? Wow! Tear Asunder to exile a 0/4? They must be desperate. They're like, this is all I have that I can cast. Doom Dissenter is... The reason Doom Dissenter is there is so it can die so you can get a 2/2 out of it. Why would you not block? Maybe they have another Eaten Alive they want to use it for. Gravelighter. Okay. That's what this is for. Okay, so they wanted to sacrifice the 1/1 for that. And now you get to draw a card. Sweet. Okay. Attack. They could double block. They're just going to take it. Okay. Still can't cast either of my 2 Invoke Despairs in my deck. Even though it's turn 7. So yeah, that's a card that's worth blocking, worth banning. Yes, exploit yourself and lose 2 more points of damage. That would be wonderful. Thank you. That is great. It's excellent. They could exile Undead Butler and get another Undead Butler. Well, they could get a 4/4 back now, right? You gonna fly and attack? Alright, we will finally use a Wandering Emperor. We're gonna use it to exile a flying 2/2.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my...
There we go.
You are not much of a roadblock. I have got new moves to teach you.
Log with the Undead, that makes sense. Who are you gonna get? Go get the other Undead Butler, so that way you could do it again, rinse and repeat. No, you go get a 1/1. Okay. In my turn, didn't even use any mana. They could send them both after the Planeswalker. They could send both the Stinger and the Gravelighter. They're going to hit my face with the Felstinger? Oh, that's a mistake.
Strike fast and strike hard.
I can block 3 out of 4 of your creatures. Oh, they got my double striker finally. Okay. Cost you 2 more life points. Yeah, take it. I've used it already.
Our swords will cross again.
Still cannot cast Invoke Despair after all this time. There we are. And if I cast both of them in a row, the only creatures that I would lose, they would lose their 2 Decayed Chump blockers. There's 2 more points of damage they lose to. Here we go. Here we go. Yes, please. That's excellent. That's their misplay. There's no reason for them to give those up that early. They could afford to be more strategic about things. That's going to cost them. Because now we can finally do this. What is it? 3? It's like turn 9 or something? Can't cast anything of that. They got rid of their Death Toucher, so now they can't do me any damage. What are you going to exile? Did you not exile something? They didn't even exile anything. Fell Stinger? Get a Death Touch blocker? What are you going to get? Undead Butler? Sure, why not? I will admit in the debate over this, you're not normally supposed to play Invoke Despair in a 3-color deck. You mostly see this in like Rakdos, you know, so maybe 2 colors. What do I want to do? I mean, we could just win with Invoke Despair, right? There you go, you finally did something you're supposed to. So what did we lose? We lost Unhallowed Phalanx. We did use 1 Wandering Emperor in an Invoke Despair. That's a lot of stuff. They could get Consuming Blob back. That's a tough card. We're not going to kill your Undead Butler. We will kill your Hulk. Alright, they got a 13/13 creature out, so I gotta take the win condition. They could kill my Phalanx. Nine mana and they're all tapped out. It doesn't matter what you return. You can't even kill my Unhallowed Phalanx. So you could have blocked a phalanx of zombie soldiers, and instead you chose to pick on a poor little girl on a goat. You are despicable. You deserve to lose. You had a choice to make there. Okay, the problem with setting up this combo is I feel like all I'm going to be able to do is set it up with Sparky. I need to get the Streetwise Cat Citizen out there. I need to get the Unhallowed Phalanx out there. And at some point, I need to be able to blink the Streetwise. It just takes so long to set up. It's hard to stall long enough. The opponent's bound to do something like get out that 13/13 creature and threaten death. Samurai Warrior deck. This can kill me. They've got ways to attack with Vigilance, so Wandering Emperor is less of a threat. That's a Soldier. Soldier, Warlock, and Samurai. So are we just doing one mana type guys to take me out? Can I do... If I put the 3 down, I can block 2 of them on the ground. But you could still fly over and attack me. Wandering Emperor! Ooh, they have the Wandering Emperor.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you. I have got new moves to teach you.
Nope, come on. Jump block? Still not the right mana for Wandering Emperor.
Oh,
Nowhere near enough black for Invoke Despair, so all the cards that people are afraid of that they want banned are holding me up with other cards that might have been more useful at this stage of the game, as I'm going to be half dead. Or more.
we've got the edge in this fight.
Nice. Jump block. Kind of have to get rid of their Wandering Emperor.
Watch out. I'm years of training for this. Run away. You'll be safer. You're done.
Don't have another on-curve Planeswalker, please. Are you going to ignore the Planeswalker? You are! You're just going to ignore the Planeswalker. Scared of you. Okay, so we can go ahead and add this to you now. Then we can
remember
bring down
your
you.
training. I've learned much during my travels.
That can pump everything up and has enough mana to pump things up.
My
and
judgment is final.
We don't attack because we're down to 5 life. And they just have another block. Hey, that's great. I can kill that. This is kind of fun. They might have removal.
I've got new moves to teach you.
Yeah, let's do it. I finally hit them for some damage. I've got a blocker to keep my Planeswalker alive. Life is good. Uh-oh. Life was good. Can I have Invoke Despair now, please? No? Can I vanquish the Horde?
Strike fast and strike hard.
Let's do this. That was not the greatest. Not putting anything down because I'm going to vanquish the Horde. Just come attack me. Ignore the Planeswalker, please. Thank you. Stop the 5. Stop the 3. Go down to 2 points of life. Be comfortable with your 2 creatures. And everybody dies.
Remember your training. Strike fast and strike hard.
I like the way you talk. Yeah, you can't do nothing. I'm not gonna even create.
Show them how we
Samurai
greet
tokens.
our enemies.
I'm just gonna plus up my Emperor. I want my combo. There we go. Now I just need my blink card. So maybe what I should do really is instead of my second copy of Invoke Despair, I could go get a search card. I'll go get a black tutor card, and I'll go call up the next card that I need. So here, to get the most effective combo that I want, I'm talking about getting rid of a card everybody wants to ban, that I still can't cast on turn 10. I know I'm playing 3 colors. I know I probably could have done better with mono fixing. Whatever. There goes part of my combo.
Run away. You'll be safer.
You know, like that, sports fans.
Done.
I ended up 1 higher than they expected. Backup! Backup goes on to Glittermonger. Glittermonger, go to attack. Glittermonger has an 8/8. 8 points of damage. Blocker.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Lose your trainee. Ango999 said good game 2 quickly. Down to 3 points of life. I was at 2. That's why you don't quit, folks. We did manage to use backup. Do 8 points of damage. I like it. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. one last time. Okay, since we can see that Invoke Despair, although not useless, is not the best, let me choose... Hey, come on. It's going to go slowly now, isn't it? It's going to freeze on me, isn't it? I'm going to get rid of one Invoke Despair, and I'm going to go get one Black Tutor card. So, we managed to do a lot of stuff. We managed to show various parts of the combos. The only thing I didn't manage to do was blink my Negotiator after a Phalanx was already down. So that's the only thing left, really, that I need to get done in the deck. It's the more complicated, intricate part out of the entire strategy. But so I'll probably have to do that with Sparky. Leave a comment if you'd like to see that happen, if you'd like to see me do a demonstration with Sparky. Usually there's not a lot of views on Sparky demonstrations, so I'm guessing that most people don't like to see me beat up on poor Sparky. But I will if you ask me to, right? That's where I go to do some of my experiments. And just hitting the down arrow has frozen the system, so I was going to go get the Enchantment Saga. Oh, there we are. Let's get rid of the other colors. Make it real simple to go look. Oh, look, here we are. Cruelty of Gix. There we are. Okay, so that's going to be the new deck list. Cruelty of Gix replaces one Invoke Despair. It's only 2 black mana instead of 4 black mana. And so that way, if I have Streetwise and Scroll Shift, I go get a Phalanx. If I have Phalanx and Scroll Shift, I go get a Streetwise, and so on and so forth. I just need 2 of the 3 pieces, and this will help me go get the piece that I need. But with that, thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment and let me know what you think of the deck if you want to try and play it for yourself. I do kind of wish that we had Yargle and Multani out, because when I managed to get flying on an 18-6, it's fun to watch the rage quits, but yeah, that's just a fun little combo you can do. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good one.